Hello, hello. It's Monday night and it's kind of a weird day, so I decided we need to stream some Nintendo games. Um, so we're gonna play a little Dragon Warrior. Alright. Here we go, continuing the adventures of Rock. Oh man. Alright. Still getting comfortable here. Alright. King Lorik says he's glad we have returned. We got a whole bunch of experience points to get. 2,174. What level were we when we stopped? We were at 14. Wow, we gained like 3 or 4 levels last stream. So, here we go. We're going to travel down near Hawk's Nest in Cantlin. We last time already got the flame sword, which was cool. But sadly, offensive capability was not really our weak point. It's defense. We're just in an area where enemies do a lot more damage. So the only ways to improve ourselves for that concern is to level up or buy new gear. I'm going to turn down system audio just a little bit. Maybe I can turn it down. This is weird. It's not giving me a... Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, wait, you know what? There's also a volume control right on this thing. There we go. Okay. Turns down the volume. Yeah. I just figured it's a little loud there. Okay, so we fight a magician. We're gonna go stir up some trouble on the southern part of the continent and see what we can do. Magidraki, I don't know why he's still trying to pick a fight with me. Been a long time since he posed a threat. Silly ghost. Alright. And I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like the encounter rate has gone up dramatically since we got past level 10. Which, maybe that's useful for the sake of leveling up. I don't know if it's actually different though. Probably would have to talk to somebody that knows how the code works. Okay, the spell will not work. In that case, we try to put him to sleep. And we'll see if this will turn into experience points. If he'll stay asleep, then we're good to go. That's what I like. Okay, so we need something like 14,000 some odd gold for the silver shield. Alright. That guy still hits big. So we run away from him. I'm gonna go down here to see if we can beat a metal slime. What's with attacking before I'm ready? Snooze. There we go. Stay asleep. That's what I like. 115 gold. Pretty good. Chant one heal spell to top off the hit points a little bit. Magic Weaver. We fizzle. There we go. And I'm going to try to put it to sleep too. There we go. We should be fine now. Could try that with just sleep, but the fizzle seems important as well. Nice. Did 21 damage on the last one. Somewhere down here are metal slimes. Gotta put this one to sleep. Gotta put everything to sleep down here. At least until we get more defense. Alright. 117 gold. So we're at 3,000 gold right now. Attack before ready. Let's put it to sleep. We'll try it with just sleep without the fizzle on this. Could have sworn there were metal slimes down here somewhere. I know he ran into one of them. There's one. Attack before I was ready. Cast Frizz on me. Ooh, I've actually... What? I feel like I just need to go ahead and attack the... They're so slippery. But I want to defeat it for the experience points. Excellent move! Do we... Yes! 115 experience. I don't know if that was really, really worth it. Not that he really did that much damage. I just happened to be lower to start with than I thought. But it could be fun to hunt metal slimes and see how much experience we can accrue. Snooze. Just adjusting my monitor. 132 gold. Yeah, this is definitely seems like a decent spot to hang out. Big gold and big experience. Attack before I was ready. Alright. I'm gonna see if we can snooze one of these guys. Doesn't look like it. We're gonna have to do running. Hope we don't die. There we go. Alright. Alright, definitely still need to run away from Demon Knights. They just have a magical defense that's too strong, so can't take advantage of the sleep spell for that. I don't have any other big hurt spells. So, gotta rely on sleep and the strength of our blade. I have woken up. Yeah. I don't want to be taking all that damage. Go to sleep. No! We'll try one more time. Snooze. Shoot. Gotta run away. Gotta run away. Yep. Hey, Toffner. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? I would say evening. I don't know if it's evening where you are or you're in the future somewhere. So it's either like really late at night or early morning. I forget. So good night or morning to you, whichever the case may be. Uh-oh, my magic points are too low. Now I have to go home. You have to run away from everything and go home. I did it wrong. Yeah, so you're probably like, let's see, it's 7 o'clock here, so it's like 1 a.m. or something. I don't know if I have that math right. But I'm guessing it's past midnight where you are. Wow, I guess I did too much healing earlier. I did not realize I chewed through all of my magic points already. 2 a.m. Alright. And are you, what, in Spain? Is that correct? I don't remember exactly. My spell is blocked. I'm just gonna run away. I might have to use an herb if we run into any tough mobs here. But I think once we get past this bridge, we'll be good to go. Blocked in front. Okay. You only hit me for one. Alright. Well, I've got a game plan here that involves fighting a lot of enemies that are high enough level that it's pretty dangerous for me to mess with them. But they give a lot more gold than the safe enemies, and some of them give more experience. But my plan is to not have to use my heal spell a lot. Just put a lot of enemies to sleep with the sleep spell, and then save up enough magic points to use my new spell, which is Zoom, which takes me all the way back to the castle, so that I can get all my points back and rest up before venturing forth again. But I got distracted and used up all my magic points, so now we have to walk home. And getting a cool travel spell is like, the cool part is it takes this big chunk of walking that you were doing before and makes it so you don't have to walk that far. But the downside is, if you ever run out of magic points, what used to feel like it was an easy walk home that was no big deal now feels like a chore. So, anyway, walking around feels like it takes a while, but that's alright. Been playing some Torchlight 2 on hard, and then you can relate somewhat. I've never played Torchlight. Is that also kind of like a fantasy game? That's a Diablo 2 clone. Oh yeah, so kind of a hack and slash dungeon crawler game with like a top-down perspective, or isometric or something. Alright, cool. So we have all our magic points back. The other cool thing right now is I have magic armor, which gives me back a little bit of health as I walk around. So as long as I get out of the danger zone, I should have all my health points back by the time I walk back to the castle in these instances. But I still would rather save up. I only need to save like 8 magic points. And in order to cast my Zoom spell that gets me home. Oh, same guys after they left Blizzard. So they took some of them hack and slash strategy skills with them and made their own game. I feel like I've heard pretty good things about Torchlight. I just never tried it. Are there particular like quests or missions in that, or is it kind of free form, run around and do what you want? Or that tend to have like a very focused single mission. Oh, it was pretty good competition for Diablo 3. Right on. Right on. I feel like Diablo is at a place in its development where there's room for competition and other companies' takes, other people's takes on that genre. Alright. I'm going to go over to a slightly safer corner of the map to do our leveling here. I'm not actually too worried about leveling. It's more just I'm saving up gold. We need to get a new shield. And then there's a little town over here that I want to go into because it has some cool treasure in there. But the problem is the town is overrun by enemies, and the enemies that are in there are higher level than me, and we gotta fight like a boss fight in order to get the good treasure that's in there. So I'm just gonna hang out over here, put scorpions to sleep, and bash them in with our flame sword. We have a flame sword. Oh, it woke up. Oh, it didn't do very much damage though. Weird. I thought these were stronger. What are my stats right now? Huh. Anyway, I thought these rogue scorpions could hit a little harder, but I guess they're not. Wyverns. They can't do much either. Huh. These guys, I know, still can hit. Better to put them to sleep. How's life? Life's pretty okay. I did a whole bunch of drawing this weekend, just for fun. Which, I was gonna say it was a leisurely weekend, because I feel like it was leisurely. But at the same time, I stayed up all night Saturday night drawing and didn't sleep until like 10 in the morning, so yeah, so you did see that. Yeah, I've been watching the movie, like Final Fantasy Spirits Within. It's just sometimes I have a couple monitors and I like to put it on the side monitor, like sci-fi movies, while I'm working sometimes. I also have a copy of Ghost in the Shell that I like a lot. So that was cool. I put on another movie that I was streaming that was Prometheus, Ripley Scott's Prometheus. That was kind of scary, super intense. I didn't know. I guess I kind of knew what that movie was going to be about, but it included some specific kinds of body horror in it that just freaked me out a little more than I expected to. And since I'd been up all night drawing, I was like extra on edge, I think. Alright, gotta cast a couple heal spells. We'll still recover some while we're walking around, but anyway. PQ Pace. Sup, folks? How you doing, PQ? Oh, and you clicked follow also. Thank you for the follow. Good to have you in the channel. We're playing some Dragon Warrior, and I forgot to put this dude to sleep, so he is busting me a new face. So we put him to sleep, we hit him hard, and then we need to cast heal, because we got punched too mightily. Yeah, I better cast it a little more. Let's see, what's our top hit points? 78. Yeah, I'm gonna cast one more. We'll just top it all the way off. Alright, I'm trying to watch my magic points this time around. The 11th entry of this series. Oh, you've been playing Dragon Quest 11. Does that one have like a subtitle? Like, oops. I forgot I'm not supposed to be fighting this guy. I need to run away. He's still too strong. I just wasted a whole bunch of hit points. Which means I wasted a whole bunch of magic points. There we go. Wyvern is more our speed. See, he only does 3 points of damage. That's what I like. 7. I don't like it. But it only takes a few hits to smash him. I kind of liked Prometheus, but I didn't like Alien Covenant. That's actually the sequel. Okay, so Alien Covenant comes after. They definitely set it up as if there was going to be another one. I kind of want to watch the next one just because I'm still interested in the story of the whole alien stuff, even if some of the imagery is a little uncomfortable for me. It's still a neat story, I think. I enjoyed the whole shtick with the engineers and people searching for answers. I thought the theme was cool of Prometheus. I just liked one dumb fact that ruined the whole movie for me. That happens sometimes in nerd life. If you like something a lot, you become a little more identified with things, and if there are errors, it can be uncomfortable. That's definitely a real thing. Okay, and PQ Pay says Echoes of an Elusive Age, Definitive Edition S or something. Cool. I think the last one I played, and I played it in emulation, and I didn't get all the way to the ending, which was sad because I really liked the game. I think I just got too busy or something, but I think it was number 9 in that series or something. I don't remember the title though. Dragon Quest 9. Sentinels of the Starry Skies. I think that was it. I think that was the last one I played. I really liked the overworld and some of the little challenge dungeons and stuff. If I'm remembering this correctly, I'm pretty sure this is the one I played. But other than that, I've only played Dragon Warrior 1 and 2, and I played Dragon Quest Monsters. Although I didn't beat that one, I played a bunch of it. I did play Dragon Quest Swords, and I think I beat that one. Dragon Quest Swords on the Wii. That was fun. Anyway. Alright, we cast heal. I'm going to try and conserve. Why you gotta be a demon knight? I don't want to fight demon knights. I want to fight rogue scorpions and wyverns and knights. Anyway. Demon Knight again. I don't want to fight those. There we go. See this knight? He's not a demon. I can handle this one. I put him to sleep. I chop him up with my flame sword. It was pretty alright in hindsight. I assume you mean the Covenant. It's a little easier in hindsight than it was. It's been so many years since I watched it. Yeah, I don't even know when these movies came out. I'm always way behind in seeing certain movies. 67 hit points, which means I'm doing okay there. I think I'm just gonna fight the rogue scorpion without. Oh, he hit for 9. See, they weren't doing that much damage a minute ago. 9 again. Oh, it's dodging. Well, whatever. I'll snooze him. 2012 and 2017? Jeez. I guess I'll just chop this scorpion. I should have just chopped him. I only had one more hit to go. Now I gotta spend the heal spells again. 2012. My god, that was a long time ago. 8 years for that. 3 years for Alien Covenant. Whoo! Ah. The only Alien movie I ever saw in a theater was Alien versus Predator, I think. which was funny. I remember it mostly being just like an action movie. The plot was just, why am I fighting this guy? I should have put him to sleep. Now I have to run. Alright, I gotta zoom home now. I've saved enough magic points to zoom. We zoom, we go back to the castle, and we get our points back. Alright, there we go. Got all our magic points. I could cast heal, or I could just rely on the fact that it'll take me a while to walk back to the place where I was fighting, and my magic armor will get me back the rest of the points. See, I'm already at 41. I'll get all my hit points back by the time we get there. That's why I love magic armor. I love not having to pay attention in the easy zones. You can just swing at stuff and not think about it too much. I suppose we could make journeys over to Cantlin, or I could dip into Hawk's Nest a couple of times to see how bad the monsters are in there. I've only made one step into Hawk's Nest, which is the one town in this game that's overrun with monsters. Last time I went in there, there were Star Wyverns, which are pretty intense. Which probably tells me I shouldn't I shouldn't go in there until I level up a little more. I'm not sure if I'm gonna... I feel like at the pace that I'm going, I don't know whether I'll level up first or be able to afford the next armor upgrade first. Those are pretty much the next two things on my agenda. And, yeah. So, I guess back to life questions. I had a relaxing weekend in which I didn't sleep much, but I had a good time. I watched Final Fantasy Spirits Within. I watched Prometheus, and sort of watched Prometheus. I was drawing while I had that on as well. But, I may have watched some other anime in there as well. Yay, this is my favorite enemy in the game, Goldman. Maybe I should just be hunting Goldman. That might be a faster route to get to the Silver Shield. Hunting Goldman. I think this is the new plan. I'll just fight Goldmen. They don't take nearly as much damage. I mean, they don't deal nearly as much damage. And they give me a lot of gold. Oh yeah. I'm still gonna kill ya. Why is he casting heal? Can't keep casting heal. There we go. We rewatched Event Horizon last week. Does that have Sam Neill in it? The actor Sam Neill? I think I've seen that at some point. That was a creepy one. I don't really remember much of like the plot. I just remember it being weird. That must have been a long time ago. And Lawrence Fishburne, yeah. Speaking of Lawrence Fishburne, I rewatched The Matrix recently. My wife said that she didn't remember really what happens in the movie and wanted to see it again, so she checked it out from the library sometime in the last month or so. That was fun. The Matrix is fun, especially the first one. It gets really into its like plot, and I think suffers a little bit the sequels in their storytelling. I don't know if I care to rewatch those, but the first one is super fun. Wolf Lord. Yeah, they just weren't as much fun. The first one has all this mystery to it. Like you don't understand what the Matrix is at the beginning. You're just there with Mr. Anderson trying to figure out what it all is. And then the action is fun, the visual style is fun. And it's like they got done with the first one, and then they just threw out all of the themes that made that first one interesting in terms of the viewer experience. They kept telling their story, and I understand that telling a story is fun, but it's most fun when you get to, if you sell people on mystery in like the first movie, and then you change it to like just an action flick, it loses something. Yeah, the magic vanished, right? It's like if you watch the first Star Wars and it's a hero's journey with spaceships, and then he did a sequel and he didn't get to go on another hero's journey with spaceships, and he changed it to a murder mystery whodunit, or something, and you spend all the time in one location. Star Wars 2 and 3 would not have been the same. Like it just feels like changing genres or dropping part of the primary appeal isn't doesn't add up to the same experience, because they and it was still like interesting. They had some philosophical storylines still going on, but I wasn't as engaged in the philosophy because they didn't like invite me into the story. That's what I felt like. Alright, we're fighting a knight. I'm full on hit points, so that's good. And sleep spell worked, so that's good too. Alright. You know what I've never watched? I've never watched the Animatrix. I think they did like a compilation of cartoons or something like that. After watching the first Matrix again, I kind of got interested in looking up those animated ones. I don't really know how many there are in that, or if it's just one thing, but... Oh, you bought it recently? Have you watched them? Is it fun? And like, what kind of stories do they tell? Already watched it back in the day. Cool. Are they telling like character stories? Is it equal parts inside the Matrix and in the real world of human survivors? Like what kind of, is it side characters? Is it the same characters from the movie? Like give me like a small review or a small explanation. I would like to hear what those are about. I'm definitely in like sci-fi and anime both right now are like kind of where my headspace is. It's like part of that is because I've got a little like sci-fi thought for my next game development project. So just creates an appetite for that kind of meaning. It's a really good 2-part short film that explains the war between the humans and machines. Ah, that's cool. And that's a fun subject to explore too, because at least in the first movie, they don't really tell a whole lot about that, other than that there was a war. And then he says, you know, like we don't know the details, but we know it was us that scorched the sky because we thought it would take away their ability to solar charge themselves or something. Like that's the only detail. I think the rest of that was left open-ended. Darn wyvern attacking before I'm ready again. Alright. We've more than doubled the amount of gold that we have already. There's a short that explains what happens to the crew of the Osiris, something mentioned in the second film. Ah, cool. I do remember hearing that phrase. But I don't remember what was going on with the crew of the Osiris. So all of them are good. All of the animated Matrix stories are good ones. It sounds fun. I wonder if they're available on any of the streaming platforms. $7,000 gold we have. We're halfway, or almost halfway, to the silver shield in terms of gold points. Ooh, gold man. That's what I like. $164 gold. Love it. Some are better than others. Ah. Have you seen the Animatrixes, Chad? And the rest is a mix of side stories, one featuring Trinity. It sounds like fun. I would like to see them. How's it going, Chad? Oops. I actually wanted to keep fighting this guy. I accidentally hit run and then failed to run. That was fun. Okay. And Chad, if you're there, how was the vacation? I hope you had a lovely week away. Way back when, though. Yeah, I'd never seen them. I feel like I probably should have watched them. I feel like they were on Netflix at some point. I don't know if they still are. But I never bothered. Don't recall finding Animatrix anywhere, at least here in Europe. Yeah, I do know regionally some things are available in some places and not others. Great, but not rainy than desired. Not. My brain's having trouble parsing the phrase "not rainy than desired." Does that mean it did rain, but the rain was okay, or it didn't rain and that was okay? I think it was on Netflix at some point, but definitely not there anymore. Yeah. Yeah, it must be Animatrix is not licensed for streaming currently. Muting now, but they're in HBO Max. HBO Max right now. Cool. I don't have HBO Max, but that's alright. Alright. I feel like we're in the right spot for just saving up gold. There are more creatures down below that give consistently 100 plus gold. But up here we have goldmans, which give the most gold. And in general, I don't have to spend as many magic points to keep up. Which also means I don't have to make as many trips back to the castle. Which is fantastic, because that wastes a lot of time. I just love Goldmans. Goldmans is awesome. 192. See, there it is. I actually wanted to burn the DVD, but my drive won't read it. Yeah. I was trying to make backups of some of my DVDs recently, and some stuff, at least with the software that I've been trying to use, just like runs into disk errors when trying to copy certain things. I have no idea why. Let's see. Alright. We must have walked down to... That will not work. Snooze him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Time to run away. Uh-oh. Time to run away. That's 3 times trying to run away. It's gotta work this time. Nope, I'm gonna die. So, I've got 2 options right now. One is I can press the button and King Lorik will resurrect me and take half my gold. Or I can reset to the last time I saved the game and lose however much gold that was. I think in this case, I started with a lower amount of gold that I would have even after King Lorik takes half. So I think I'm just going to have to stride through this. Take this L. And just accept that, yeah, that half of it's gone. Well, that significantly slows down my progress toward the silver shield. But we did gain a lot of experience, which means we're only a few hundred points from the next level of experience, which is way closer than we were at the beginning of the session. So, dying sucks, but what can you do? You can watch it on your PS2 though. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for PS2s. I have never had a PlayStation, except the weird part is I actually do have a PlayStation right now. It's a PlayStation 4. I've never bought a PlayStation though. I got this one from my brother-in-law. I assume because he bought another console and his wife made him get rid of one. Or he just didn't need 2 PlayStations. I'm guessing he got the PlayStation 5. I don't know. But in any case, I have a PS4 right here. And the other cool thing about the PS4 is he has Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 on it. So I've been playing through that, which is fun. Yeah, old digital rights management, old DRM, it could be a thing. Certain discs had, I think, from different times, had different ways of managing that. So occasionally some of the software is, like, doesn't read certain things. I don't know why. You think making a disk image, it wouldn't even care what the software was that was on the disk. It would just literally byte for byte copy the whole thing. I don't know. There's been lots of different things for digital rights management of disk media in particular. The most interesting DRM for disk media, I think, that I've heard of was the GameCube. Like, it probably had a custom format for the disk data, but in addition, the GameCube was also built to spin the opposite way of whatever the normal direction was for other disks. So even if you copied the data off of a GameCube and burnt a disk with a rewritable disk drive, you couldn't ever put a disk into your GameCube because it spins the opposite direction, and therefore when you burn data into it, the tracks that it reads are the opposite. So like, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's like the most interesting one I've heard of, but Nintendo's been pretty creative with their digital rights management through the years. I haven't really been like very attentive to the plot because I have just been putting it on the side monitor when I'm working, and it's not translated in English, so I don't really know what's going on in it unless I look over at the subtitles. But there's a sci-fi anime from the 70s that has like a lot of run around in outer space adventures. And it's, what is it called? It's about like this young guy that's like a space pirate. I think it's just called Captain something, but my brain's not pulling up the name. I'm sure I could look it up here. What is it? It's gonna bug me now. I have to look it up. What is it? Shows. Ooh. Ooh, excuse me. Tried to cover up the mic. Hopefully that didn't blast everyone. I'll look at sci-fi stuff here. Sci-fi. Captain something. Captain Harlock. It's called Captain Harlock. I don't even know what episode I got to. I was just watching it. Captain Harlock, Space Pirate. Anyway, yeah, I'd never heard of it either. I just found it online, and it's like free to watch on Crunchyroll, so I just put it on. I think I do like it. Not even because it's a very good story. I just really like the music. And the general like look of animation and sound effects from that era, like 70s and 80s. I just like the look of it. And the theme song that plays has this like trumpet melody, and this guy singing that, I don't know, it makes me think of like Spanish music for some reason. Um, in the sense of like old adventure movies that are pirate movies, I feel like they were trying to for this space pirate show evoke some like romantic adventure vibes from old pirate movies. I don't know. Anyway, Captain Harlock. I also watched. I didn't really watch it again. It was also it was in English, but I didn't actually understand. There's some 3D animated movie that's a Captain Harlock movie that I streamed on Amazon. Um, but it didn't seem to relate too strongly to the one that I watched from the 70s. I think it was they must be much further along in the story. I didn't really understand what was going on. But anyway, if you have other recommendations of cool sci-fi movies or animated shows, Fist of the North Star. Is that? I feel like I've heard of that. Is that a movie or an anime or? Or what? I feel like we're gonna level up again soon. I don't know how close we are. Ooh, you know what? I think this might tell me. 544. That's less than I thought. I mean, more than I thought that we had left to go. Alright. Gwaelin's Love is a progress point reporter and also a compass. This is the only game where the affection of the princess is an actual inventory item that you can use to find your location in the world. It's an anime, but does have a couple of OVAs. Now, does an OVA mean a movie? I don't actually, like, I know that that's an acronym, but I don't remember what it stands for. It's not on Crunchyroll, at least here in Spain. Well, let me look it up. Fist of the North Star series. Oh, it looks like they have it here. I'm sorry, it's not in Spain. They totally have it here. It says there's 6 seasons of it. Interesting. I might have to watch this later tonight after stream's done. VPN it will be then. Yep. We gotta work around these digital borders sometimes. Not that I'm advocating the circumvention of standard business, but gotta do what you gotta do. No judgment. Let's see. Okay, so it's 10,000 experience points when we get our next level. So 500 experience will probably level up before we get the silver shield. But we'll keep saving up these monies. Alright. Wyvern attacked before I was ready. Original video animation. So if it's that's kind of vague. Does original mean the first incarnation of it? And does original usually imply a series, or are movies considered not original? Is there like a progression from manga to OVA to cinematic? Doesn't really mean a lot, isn't it? Yeah, it doesn't really, yeah. It doesn't clarify anything. It's just a movie. So OVA means like a feature. Okay. A feature movie. Why you gotta heal? I gotta fizzle this guy. Can't be having him heal up on me. I should snooze him also. Why don't I just put him to sleep? I'm over here taking 17-point shots while this fool should be sleeping. They usually are a summary of the events of the series. Okay. That sounds like less cool when we say it that way. Less cool than the series. A summary of events. I guess that happens with a lot of different kinds of adaptations. Like adapting a book into a movie and stuff like that. Yeah, as a feature. I guess the other thing is, from the standpoint of telling the story or doing the business of, you know, advancing some intellectual property into the world, movies reach a different audience than television shows. There can be overlap if the fan base is strong, but you always get some amount of people that will catch things when they're a feature. Even if they've never heard of the show that it was based on. Or like people who see a movie and then find out it was based on a book and they'll go read the book later. Dragon Ball has done that quite a few times. I can believe it. I can believe it. Yeah. So there's always something you give up in an adaptation. Nothing's one-to-one exactly when you convert things. But that's alright. Because again, you can reach different people with different kinds of media. I haven't seen any Goldmen in a little bit. Snooze. Yay! The rogue scorpion fell asleep. I love it when that happens. Very good. Okay. Need to walk back over here and make sure that I'm not going outside the zone where the gold mans are. We got a lot of money to save. And I don't want to waste all my magic points. Yay. Gold man. So there's a map somewhere I found that shows like, you know, where like each of the regions of the world map that have different groups of enemies that are possible to find in it. It's like, it's just a bunch of rectangles. The world's split into like eighths or something. Fourths or eighths, I forget which. And each box has only, you know, like 3 to 5, maybe 6 enemies that you can find in each box. So I just need to adventure in the boxes that have gold men. And you can tell sometimes, not exactly where the line is, but generally where it's possible to find a certain creature. And if you go outside of that area, you start to run into different kinds of enemies. The other one I watched, I haven't really watched many movies recently though. The other one I watched was Lost in Space from 1998. Now there have been a bunch of Lost in Space adaptations. So that was a movie, right? Yeah, we're talking about movies. So Lost in Space. I don't think I've seen it. How did you like that one? Oh, watching Lost in Space led you to watching Event Horizon? Cool. So is Lost in Space, isn't that supposed to be like a family adventure of some kind? Like, what's the tone of that movie? A product of its time, yeah. And there was a really old, like, television show that existed as first, right? Like, from the 50s or something? Like, way back, 1950s? And I think it was kind of like a comedy, situation comedy, like most family shows were. But just they, had a robot. It's a modern adaptation of the classic show. Yeah. I feel like there's been more than one of those modern adaptations, but I don't know which is which or what the last one was like. We're very close to leveling up here. I'm pretty sure we're going to level up when we reach 10,000 experience. And we're like 53 points away from leveling up. And there was a more recent adaptation on Netflix. Okay. Cool. But that's the series. Okay. And does the Netflix series feel like the old one, or is it kind of completely reimagined? I'm very thirsty, but I'm out of tea. Haven't watched it. Okay. Cool. That's alright. I haven't watched it either, obviously. But I do like sci-fi stuff in general. Only this one for nostalgia. Okay. We're so close. I'm gonna need to take a short break here soon to grab probably some water and more tea. But I want to level up first, and we're so close. One or maybe two more fights, and we'll level up, which will make a good spot for having a short break. We need 26. That's 24. Oh no, that was enough. I did my math wrong, apparently. There we go. 10,008 experience. Courage and wit have served thee well. Thou hast been promoted to the next level. Thy power increased by 7. Thy response speed by 8. Thy maximum hit points increased by 8. Thy maximum magic increased by 2. Thou hast learned a new spell. Repel! Okay. That's a cool one. And I'm pretty sure that is what I thought was going to be next. So repel spell drops the encounter rate for a little bit. Okay. I'm going to pause the game. And I'm going to take a quick break to go get beverages. Event Horizon is much better, but that's horror, not family adventure. Yeah, well, each genre has its own pluses and minuses, I suppose. Alright, I'm going to go grab beverages. I'll be back in just like 5 minutes. And back. Okay. Doing okay on hit points, doing okay on magic points. We just achieved level 15. And I'm checking my stats. We got a pretty decent stat boost. I feel like this is gonna be good. Also, I'm a little sad because if we hadn't died earlier, we'd be really close to being able to afford that silver shield. But that's okay. All we can do is keep going. We'll get our gold back. Wyvern. 24 experience. I think that's pretty consistent for them. But we're still after the gold men primarily. They're going to be our target for quite a while. 69 gold. Yeah, I guess we're going to move over this way. Attack before we're ready. Snooze. The spell will not work. Uh-oh. Time to run. Alright. That got out of hand really quick. I don't know why my hit points are so low, though. Heal it up. Alright, we'll save the rest of the magic points for now. We'll fight some knights. Snooze. The spell will not work. Fizzle will not work. There we go. Knight is asleep. Stay asleep. I'll chop you down. There we go. Knight is asleep. We got 28 magic points. I don't want to spend too many magic points. Definitely need to get back to the castle to save our game soon, because we leveled up and I want to make sure we're not risking all of our gold. We did not mess with the Demon Knight yet. Even though we leveled up, I'm not terribly optimistic about that. Wraith Knight is okay, as long as we put him to sleep. The spell will not work. One more try. There we go. Just gotta keep him asleep. No! Gotta keep him asleep. Snooze. There we go. Probably spent more magic points on that than I needed to. We'll do one heal. Alright, and just walk out the rest. Get as many magic points as we can. Or health points, as it were, from walking around. Oop. I probably should have put this boy to sleep. But maybe leveling up has made that not too bad. 2 hits! Okay, that does feel stronger. 2 hits to get almost 100 gold. That's a good value. It's a good value. Alright. We'll keep the knight asleep, trying to update the DV drive firmware. There you go. You can see if you can save it. You need to be able to watch Animatrix or whatever, wherever you want. 100 gold. Yeah, night still takes more effort than I want it to. Okay, since we have enough... Yeah, I'm just gonna zoom back to the castle. It's time to save the game. Yeah, updating firmware is good. Making our devices last as long as possible is good. Since all the rest of the world of business wants our things to die all the time. So that we have to buy more of them. Means it's extra important to see how long our stuff will last. Alright. 2,728 points. So we're leveling up at 13,000 experience. Alright. Saving our game. Continuing. Whoop. Alright, and if we get in a pinch, the corporate machine won't ever stop unless we stop it. Yep. The darn corporate machine. I don't like it. Hitting Dracus for 22 points. It's like probably 4 times their amount of hit points. I was really happy. Since I was doing that Final Fantasy drawing this weekend, I wanted to use my Wacom tablet to do the drawing. And it like wasn't working right. There's always a problem of like lag or the pressure sensitivity not working right in Photoshop. Even though in the driver it shows it working and I can see how much pressure I'm putting, it just wasn't working. So I always go to YouTube first whenever I'm trying to fix anything with Photoshop or anything that's hooked up to it. Just because if there's a solution, I want the video so I can see exactly how they're getting it fixed. But anyway, I did all the fixes and it wasn't working. And then finally I went to check to see if I had the latest driver update from Wacom, and I did not. So I updated that and restarted my machine, and then it was working. And I was like, yay. Oh, it's nice when things work correctly. I like properly functioning equipment. Alright. Need more Goldmans. I guess we need the other creatures for experience, because Goldman doesn't help us level up hardly at all. $9,000 gold. I mean, 10, like 5,000 more gold, but I feel like we're getting closer. If it's 5,000 more gold, and we can get an average of 100 gold points per battle, it's like 50 fights, which sort of makes the spell that we just got not the right spell for the moment. I suppose we could use it when we're walking home to the castle, because we don't want to run into a bunch of low level enemies. But since I'm mainly saving up money and leveling up, I don't want to use repel, because I actually need all of these fights. Alright, let's go over here. Darn Wraith Knight. Go to sleep. The spell will not work, but it will work. Okay, it won't work. I'll just run away from him. He doesn't play well with others. Lulupa, hey, just checking in for a second. Still in the mid-teens for level? Yeah, we leveled, we got to, what level did we just get to? We just leveled up, like, 10 minutes ago. And, I think we leveled up 3 times in my last session. It was, like, Friday night or something. And, yeah, that was at the end of the last stream. Or something like that. But we just leveled up again, so we must have got to 14 the last time. So yeah, mid-teens. We just got the spell Repel, which I don't really think we'll use very much in this area because I actually need to run into all these guys and take their gold and experience for myself. But it's nice to have it there if we need it. I might use it if we're going to Cantlin, because things are really dangerous over there. Oh, we're gonna die. Whoop. All right, trying not to die. Got to do a bunch of heal spells here. My favorite spell is Zoom, which takes us back to the castle. So, as long as I don't get killed in a fight, if I have a few magic points left, I can always go back to the castle. There we go. Finally, this guy fell asleep. Sleep is the bread and butter of my current game plan here. This is how we get 100 gold at a time. As long as we can put a monster to sleep over here in this area, we're good to go. So it means I can fight everything except the Demon Knight, because the Demon Knight won't let me cast Sleep on it. Buttered bread, you say? Yes. Yes. I like both bread and butter. Put them together often. $100 gold. Yeah. Making 100 gold per battle is pretty solid. Rose Scorpion attacks. Ooh, hit me for 10. Most of them don't hit me that hard, but the small print rock. The small print. I feel like I'm missing something. Which small print are we talking about? The spell will not work. But it will. Put him to sleep. It's better for scorpions to die in their sleep. Peacefully, as far as they know. In order to have access to this DVD, you have to install Interactual Player. Is it like a proprietary kind of content that only that one player can play? Oh, you mean you forgot to read the fine print. The small print, the fine print. We say the fine print over here. Same thing now, but I understand that statement now. So, I know it was a thing for a while that DVDs, when you put them in a computer drive, would try to install a player, and Interactual was part of that. But that shouldn't mean necessarily that that's the only one that you can play it on. It's confusing though. I shouldn't have done that. Nope, I'm dead. Shoot. Okay. I'm gonna reset. I know we saved the game at a place where the gold is better. So I'm gonna reset. I don't want to take I don't want to lose half my gold right now. Yeah. So we lost some progress, but we didn't lose as much gold. Oh, dying at this stage of the game is not fun. Do I still have all my herbs? I suppose I'm trying to bail out of fights that go sideways like that too soon. I should try and heal up if I'm in a bad situation, using the herbs if possible. But I don't know. I sort of gambled on that one unnecessarily. Smashing a ghost for 36 points. Alright. I'll use repel over here. Macromedia shockwave 5. Wow. Because I thought it was a thing that those players, they would have like maybe extra content that was made for them, or that there was some way that they could try to incentivize using the player. But I feel like there's got to be a way. If it's trying to tell you can't access the DVD at all without that player, that feels kind of shady to me. There we go. Repel has lost its effect. No! I don't want to fight a demon knight. Go away. Alright. Fizzle. Alright. I'm gonna do something dangerous. We're gonna run into Hawk's Nest and see if we can fight. Oh, I'm gonna fight this gold man real quick though. Because gold is good. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna cast Repel. Oh yeah, everything is hard over here. Oop. Okay. There's a boss fight right here. I'm gonna try and win this. I'm gonna fizzle him. Okay, I blocked his Alright, he hits pretty hard. Okay, I'm gonna attack one more time. Yes! I blocked his snooze. We'll use an herb. Yes! And then we attack again. Oh man, if he gets stuck in a loop trying to cast spells. Oh my god! We beat him. We just got the best armor in the game. This sounds like the usual DRE and BS from the mid-2000s to me. Chances are it'll work fine on Linux though. Yeah, it probably will. Oh man, we just came back from a death. And we just got the best armor in the game. No! There's a green dragon on the way out. No! Okay, we gotta put him to sleep. Otherwise we're gonna die. No, no, it will work. It will work. Put him to sleep. Oh, thank God. Okay, first thing we're gonna heal. Because I'm gonna try and... Excellent move. That's... No, it woke up. It woke up. Put him to sleep again. Yes, yes, yes. Fight. Woo! Oh, I was not ready for the green dragon. We're gonna heal all the way up. We're gonna walk out of town, and then we're gonna use Zoom to go home and save the game because... Woo! Zoom! We saving that. We just got the best armor. I'm excited. I don't know what the bonus is for this armor. Does it just, yeah, it just straight up replaces the magic armor. But now, I think we're completely invulnerable to swamps and barriers, and we regain health, like, way faster. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. I thought I was going to have to save up and get the silver shield first before I could even survive going into Hawk's Nest. Woo! Yes, I will tell you of my deeds. Why, yes, I will continue adventuring. Repel has lost its effect. I forgot I even cast Repel. Wow. So there's definitely some strong monsters in Hawk's Nest there. But I just beat an Axe Knight and a Green Dragon. And thank goodness when that Green Dragon came up, I already had the armor on. Because that could have gone really poorly for me. It could have killed me before I had the chance to put it to sleep. But man, moments like that is what makes RPGs exciting. Especially like one-on-one RPGs like this, where you're just one hero, there's just one monster, and that's it. You gotta work it out. Alright, I think the silver shield is the last piece of equipment that we have to buy in the whole game. As far as weapons and armor goes, should be the last one. And then there's Erdrick's sword that we have to find, but you can't buy it. It's hiding. It's been stolen in the Dragon Lord's castle. We have to go find it there. Alright, alright. Whew. Gold Man. That's where it's at. 20 points. 31. 2 hits to kill a Gold Man. That's exciting. I'm gonna go down here and see if I can fight another Metal Scorpion. I mean, sorry, Metal Slime. There are Metal Scorpions in this game. Not Demon Knights, though. I don't want to deal with them. Do you ever have this thing in role-playing games, Toffner, where there's one kind of enemy that you just always run away from because it's not worth your time? It's like, even if you could beat it, it's like, I don't even want to deal with this fool. Yeah, you run into that too? Demon Knight is the one that I don't want to mess with. He just does too much damage, and even if I level up, I feel like I'm not gonna care about his gold or his experience for the amount of hassle. In Pokemon, it happened all the time. There's certain Pokemon you don't want to deal with, or certain... I guess you can't run away from trainer encounters, right? Oh, I need to put him to sleep. First gen fishing is a nightmare. They have actual, like, fishing in that game? Or do you mean just trying to get a particular Pokemon, or what? I don't actually know. You'll get Magikarps all the time. Wraith Knight. Go to sleep, Wraith Knight. You're already dead. I mean, he looks like he needs a nap, this Wraith Knight. We're doing good gold down here. Good gold. I feel like I'm taking less damage. The spell will not work. But it will work. You can only get water Pokemons by fishing? Really? They're all in the literal water in Gen 1. That's interesting. Alright, this spell's not going to work. He's not doing too much damage. I might as well just smack him around. Our leveling up. Oh, and we got this awesome armor. Yeah, I keep forgetting for some reason. Armor absorbs potential damage. Uh-oh. You gotta run it. Yeah, I just still don't want to deal with Demon Knights. I just said I don't want to deal with Demon Knights. What are you doing here? Running away. Running away. Healing up. You have to fish it, fight it, not kill it, and then pray they stay in the Pokeball. Oh, yeah. That's a complicated process. Fish it, fight. Yeah. The fact it's hard enough just to fight things, not kill them, and to get them in a Pokeball, right? That whole process is complicated enough. But then to say you have to do all of that on top of do some fishing mini game just to get him out of the water. You know what? I'm gonna try fighting Knights without bothering. Oh, he can still do 20 points of damage. But it doesn't take me that many turns to kill him, and I think I'm saving maybe more hit points by not bothering to snooze everyone. Metapod might be the most infamous. Yeah, I had a Metapod that the last time I tried to play one of those, and I kept trying to figure out what to do with a Metapod, and I'm pretty sure I didn't have any possible way to level it. I don't know. I don't even know. Is it possible to level up a Metapod? It only has like one defensive move or something? I don't know. I'm not an expert. I don't know if I remember clearly, but I will just straight up fight a Wraith Knight now. I don't think he's doing all that much to me. Oh, he can spell heal. They only have an attack that is Harden. Harden is an attack? It sounds like a defensive maneuver. Demon Knight? I don't want to see the Demon Knight. All I get is Demon Knights when I don't want Demon Knights. Item. We have one magic key. I need to go buy some affordable magic keys. Let's see what's over here. A Star Wyvern. I feel like this thing is going to kick my butt. Let's keep it asleep. 25, asleep. 23, asleep. We might make it. We might be okay. Yes! 3 hits for a Star Wyvern. 133. That feels good. Magic points are 30. I need to remember my magic points. Not spell. Item. Gwaelin's Love. For this is Gwaelin to reach the next level. Okay, 2,280. 66, 18. I need to go get the coordinates to find Erdrick's token. That's something that I can do while we're leveling up here. Fine, I'm gonna fight a demon knight. They just won't leave me alone. Gonna have to chop him down to get him to... Oh. Did I only hit him like twice? Maybe he's not as tough as I thought. Or maybe my armor's just that good now. Snooze. Yes! Putting dragons to sleep is awesome. Not getting hit and getting 145 gold? That's awesome. Oh, and I'm invulnerable to swamps now. I was totally expecting to take damage in that swamp. Excellent move. Wow. Having the best armor in the game really matters. Okay. You can level up a Metapod by taking him out in a fight and sharing experience with another Pokemon. Oh. I see. Just take it out for a turn. That's clever. Clearly, I am not a master Pokemon trainer. Oh, I failed to put this thing to sleep. Mid-heal. He better not be healing that much. Breathing fire. Okay, I can attack him one. No! Alright, I need to fizzle it. Shoot. Okay, dang. I gotta see this through. Gotta use herbs. A whole bunch. Gotta use all my herbs. I had to be close. Ugh. I'm gonna use the herb. Come on. Shoot. Do I attack him one more time, or do I run away? These are my options. So I attack or run here. I'm almost dead. I don't... Yeah. So if I attack him, he might die, because I've hit him a lot of times. But if I run, he might block me, and I still might die. And either way, if I die, I'm gonna reset and lose my progress. So I'm gonna fight him. Excellent move! There it is, 74 damage. Woo! Alright, we're gonna cast a little heal spell here, and then I'm just gonna go to town. And, whoo! Alright, I don't want to fight anything else. I just want to go to town. Whoo! Alright. Then we're going to go to the inn. It's going to charge me a ton of money. Alright. Alright. Let's walk around here, see what kind of trouble we can get into. We'll just stay nearby so that we can go to town and rest up if if we need to. He attacked before I was ready. Man, these guys still hit big. Yeah, this is one-sided. I'm gonna... Spell will not work. Oh god. Run away? Alright, yeah. Alright, this area is not safe. I'll tell you what, we'll just zoom home and save our game again. We'll protect our progress and just do it this way. I'll go ahead and top off my magic points here at the Magic Point Restoration Station. There it is. And I think my top hit points is... Ooh, is it 83? 86. Is that... Yeah, 86. 86 feels like a lot of hit points after starting the game with like less than 10. Alright. Saving experience. Yes. And yes, we want to continue. There's some old dude in Cantlin that tells us where we can find Erdrick's token, I think. And we have Gwaelin's love because we rescued her. And her love is an item that tells us our coordinate distance. Like our distance in any direction away from the castle in like tile units. And we use the information about where Erdrick's token is and Gwaelin's love to find an exact spot somewhere in the swamp on the continent south of Cantlin. But I don't remember the exact coordinates. I don't feel like looking it up. I'll just do it the way that we're supposed to in the game here. But the other thing is, to get into a lot of the really cool shops and the secret areas in Cantlin, you need magic keys. And I only have one magic key left. There's one place in Cantlin where you can buy magic keys, but they're super expensive. So, I'm going to go to the place where they're not as expensive and save my money. I could cast Repel here, just to cut down on all these low-level battles that we don't need. So I will do that. Clearly it doesn't keep everything away, but it should still cut it down. Scorpions. They don't seem to respect the repel spell. And there's a druid. There we go. Anyway, that's an easy tunnel that I can navigate without using a torch. Alright, here we are in Remoldar. Oh, the keys are technically outside of town here. You gotta go around the secret way. There we go. Oh, you gotta restart? No worries, man. We'll see you in a bit. Oh, can't buy any more keys. Suppose we could grind some gold man fights while we're over here. Might as well see if we can pick up a few. Yeah, I guess. I guess these things aren't giving me as much gold as I would like compared to the other part of the world. But anyway, we got magic keys. We're just going to stop here and refill magic points. And we'll head back over toward Hawk's Nest in Cantlin. I guess I don't need to go to Hawk's Nest ever again because I already got Erdrick's armor, and there are other places to face the enemies that are in Hawk's Nest. I thought about casting Repel here, but I suppose I will. I'm going all the way back to Cantlin, so might as well cut down on some things. I just want to see if we can find the coordinates where Erdrick's token is supposed to be. So I'm going to prepare to talk to everybody in town. We'll try and snooze the Star Weaver. No! He woke up and put me to sleep. That's disappointing, and he hits really hard. Okay, we're gonna run away. Not even worth it. Welcome back. Are you about to initiate testing of the disk drive? It is dodging. I try to take these guys seriously, and they just won't let me. Alright, headed to Cantlin. Regular night. We'll snooze them. Still won't read. Yeah, I'm guessing it's just that crazy DRM stuff of that era being troublesome. There could be something you could read about though, like maybe there are forum posts somewhere that deal specifically with you know, getting around this inter-video player craziness. Star Wyvern is breathing fire. Snooze. Spell will not work. That's a lot. I'll try one more to snooze this. There we go. Let's fight him. Stay asleep, Star Wyvern. Stay asleep. No! Alright, I'm getting out. Should have fizzled him while he was asleep. Yeah, interactual video player, DRM. There's got to be a solution for that somewhere. If it is just the DRM stuff that's tripping us up on that attack before it was ready. Run away. Yeah. Dang it! We just fought you, Star Wyvern. Was blocked. Okay, but I'm still running away because I don't like you. But I'm still running away because I don't like you. Still running away. And I'm dead. Alright. Going back to the king. And we didn't save when we came through town last, but we did save after getting the armor. So we have that. Yeah, I suppose it's a bit late at night to be checking out advanced solutions to get around 20-year-old digital rights management. Or 10-year-old anyway. Let's see. I wanted to go stock up on keys, and we did that, but we didn't save it. So we're going to cast Repel. And we're going to head off to Remolder again. Man, being invulnerable to swamps after spending the whole game having to calculate survival rate in the swamp feels like cheating. A ghost? Repel has lost its effect. So many wolves. It's nice to be able to one-shot a wolf, though. Wasn't that long ago. It was a lot more effort to keep up with them. Alright. Gonna go get some magic keys. Yeah, we only have one. So... magic keys. Yep. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of them. Alright, we can't hold any more, that's fine. Zoom. Okay. Gonna save progress again. Gonna top off the magic points just to be thorough. Alright, very good, very good. And we're off adventuring as soon as we get out of the castle. Suppose I should cast Repel again. We'll cut down on traffic a little bit out here. The ocean is so blue in this game. It's the bluest of oceans. Alright, Repel lost its effect right on time. We'll fight a wyvern. 2 shots for a wyvern. Not bad. They've been missing a lot too. So many wyverns. Have a good night. It's always a pleasure to have a chat with you. Likewise, Toffner. Appreciate you stopping in. Rest well. And I hope you have successful anti-DRM researches tomorrow when you get up. We'll catch you later. Alright. Yeah, I'm still good on hit points. Rogue Scorpion, not so bad. Still running away from the Demon Knight. Because they're jerks. There we go. I was honestly hoping for a metal slime there. Alright. Put this guy to sleep. Because why not? And we'll put this one to sleep too. Spell will not work. I think it will work, but he's only doing 1 hit point of damage. I guess I might as well smash him. Maximum is 86. I have 68. Should be fine to walk this out. Oh yeah, and I'm gaining my hit points back a lot faster. Snooze. Magic Wyvern. See, this one's staying asleep. That's how I like it. 3 hits to kill a Magic Wyvern. I guess it's Star Wyverns that are the hard ones up here. Can I put a werewolf to sleep? There we go. 14. 27. He woke up. Uh-oh, it's dodging. I was gonna say, I think I'm within 1 attack of killing it, which I was. 3 hits to kill a werewolf, but you might have to eat 40-60 damage if he wakes up on you. That's not super great. Werewolves are still bad. I should probably run. Attack before I was ready. Run. Okay. Alright, so that first bridge there will be necessary later. Once we get the information about where to get Erdrick's token. And I think I know where it is. I think it's down here under the building in the middle of this thing. And because I have Erdrick's armor, the barrier doesn't hurt me anymore. Now I'm gonna go and search. 70 leagues to the south and 40 to the east. 70 south, 40 east. I'm writing that down. Now we can use Gwaylen's Love. It's very exciting. And maybe by the time we come back, we'll have enough gold. Probably not. It's still 2,500 gold to get the rest that we need for the silver shield. I don't want to go check the price, but I'm pretty sure it was 14,000 some odd something. I don't know if this affects the level of monsters that are stronger than me, but I'm going to go ahead and cast Repel again, just in case. Alright. Nothing to do but cast Snooze on a green dragon. He's too strong for me to try anything else. There we go. And then if he's asleep anyway, we might as well attack him. Yes! I'll take it. Uh-oh. Werewolf. Always run from the werewolf. Still too strong. Ooh. Fizzle. The spell will not work. Frizzle. Oops. I didn't mean to attack. Shoot. I need to get away. Uh-oh. 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 So Frizz is the level 1 hurt spell, and he has the level 2, like the next level hurt spell. Frizz becomes Frizzle. He did 20 points of damage with that. That's a little scary. What's our magic points at? 30. Need to be careful. Okay, snooze. Put the knight to sleep. We'll go ahead and fight the knight. There we go. Alright. Making good progress on gold. Attack before I was ready. Too many of these guys attacking before I'm ready. Snooze. Okay. Need to make sure he doesn't... He attacks. Okay. I'm going to try to put him to sleep again. Shoot. He's hitting pretty hard. One more time. Snooze. Shoot. Shoot. And this is why we save the game. Often. Alright. So, the cool part about that is I don't have to go to Cantlin because I already have that information and I wrote it down. So, we don't want to get caught in a battle with a Star Wyvern or a wizard or a werewolf. Adventure! Yes, we're finding new ways to die. If you just tuned in, you missed the most recent death, which was of 3. But we had saved recently, so I just reset it. Aside from pretending we didn't die, we got a really lucky run on the overrun city of Hawksness, which is full of monsters. And somewhere in Hawksness, there is a hidden boss fight, which you need hints to find. But I already got those hints last time, and plus I remembered where it was from previous years. And the boss fight, if you win it, you can search the ground underneath the boss and there find the strongest armor in the game. And I was feeling kind of bummed out because we died earlier in the evening. But then we went into Hawk's Nest. I went straight to the boss without fighting any other creatures because I ran away from them successfully. And we defeated the boss by putting... We cast Stop Spell on it. Or it's called Fizzle. and we successfully prevented him from using magic. I did this because I already looked up last time to find out if he could be put to sleep. And the boss is an Axe Knight. So what happened is he had enough damage that if he had just kept attacking me, and this is the haunted city right there, that little square, he could do enough damage where if he just kept attacking me, he would have won. But because I stopped his spells with Fizzle at the beginning of the fight, we got to a certain point where he just kept trying to put me to sleep. And he did that, like, he tried to put me to sleep, he tried to stop me from casting magic, and then he tried to put me asleep again. So there were like 3 turns where he did nothing because I'd already blocked his spell. And that was enough. Alright, I'm gonna beat this guy up. He's gonna take some of my hit points, more than I want him to. But I'm just gonna smack him. Alright. I'll do a few heal spells. Ultimate armor obtained? Yes. So what happened was I beat him. I was like, oh my gosh, we just did it. I was fully expecting to die. I searched the ground. We got the armor. I took 1 step and ran into a green dragon, which is another boss level enemy. Only the second dragon we've run into in the game. Thankfully, put the dragon to sleep without much of a problem. And I got an excellent move, which is like a critical hit. And he stayed asleep even through the critical hit. I bopped him 1 more time on the nose and he died. And then we walked right out of town and we cast Zoom to get home and save the game. So that was awesome and fun. So, you know, I had to get used to a bunch of differences because it's a big jump getting the last armor in the game, and I think I might be ahead of schedule to obtain it. So it changed like which class of enemies I can now fight. There's a class of enemies I can fight comfortably, a class of enemies that I can fight but it will use a lot of my resources, and then there's like a class of enemies that I just have to run away from and hope that it works. And then this guy, which is just a punk. I don't fight demon knights. I don't fight demon knights. They keep coming around, but I don't fight them. Regular knights, we fight them. Because they will let me put them to sleep. The spell will not work. I'm gonna try it again. The spell will work! No, it will! No, it will work. Trust me. I guess the spell will not work. Not this time, anyway. So we'll just pound his face. He's still trying to cast spells. He hasn't learned the RNG is against us. 100 gold for that nonsense. We'll do 1 heal just to make sure we're topped off. I don't fight demon knights. I don't fight them. It's now a policy. You cannot fight the RNG gods. Okay, so what's cool is even though I died my last run... Oh no! Alright, we just run. That's our only game plan for wizards. It's actually not too bad. So the cool thing is I can kind of get hit 1 time really strong and then just walk it off because Erdrick's armor heals 2 hit points every single step you take, I'm pretty sure. And now, even though I lost a little bit of progress from my last run, we already got the secret information of how to use Gwaelin's Love. She tells you you need a certain amount of experience to the next level. And then she also tells you how far away you are from the castle. And I need to be to where the castle is 70 leagues north of me. And I have to be 40 east, which is like 40 west. So I don't even know where that is. Snooze. The spell will not work. Fizzle. Starweaving spell is blocked. Snooze. I'm gonna try snooze it again. Okay. Shoot. I want to kill this one, but it's gonna kill me first. Shoot! I can't use a magic key and I have no herbs. Shoot, I'm gonna die. Here it goes. Yep. We're resetting. I'm not losing all this gold. So Erdrick's armor completely negates poison damage from swamps. And there's this other terrain type called Barrier that had 10 hit points per step. But even though Erdrick's armor doesn't negate it, it just, like, as a status effect, makes you invulnerable to barriers. So there was one of these. You can see a barrier in the middle of the pond right there. It's the diagonal stripies. So you can't walk on those ones, but elsewhere, basically, they put some of the key plot holders, people with secrets information that helps you win the game, behind those barriers. That's their primary function, is they prevent you from accessing certain characters who have key plot information or key item information. So anyway, because we have the best armor in the game... Oh, I need to buy herbs. I was just complaining about that. We might have gotten out of that last battle if we had herbs. But anyway, we got some of the secret information, and that was the coordinates of where Erdrick's token is. And if you remember in our fan game that made references to the Dragon Quest series, did I say fan game? I meant our student project. Our student project. We gave the token to a dude named Swampfoot in that. And that was, you know, a reference to the swamp that we find it in here. How many more of these can I hold? I guess there it is. I hit the limit. It's like, no more herbs, buddy. That's it. So, yeah, so it's cool because we don't have to worry about swamps now. We don't have to worry about barriers. And if we get out of battle with only getting hit like once, you can just shrug off that damage because you'll walk it off in like a few steps. At 2 points per step, that means, you know, the heavy hitters are hitting me for like 20 points apiece right now. Which means 10 steps. 10 steps to heal up from that. Which is not bad. Not bad. Also, we have a new spell tonight. We have the spell Repel, which is a magical replacement for fairy water, which keeps the, for like 60 seconds or something, like a minute, it will reduce the encounter rate. I don't actually know how long it lasts. It could be longer than a minute, but it doesn't seem very long. Very short effect kind of a thing. It also could be that fairy water lasts longer than Repel does. I don't really know. It's like our heal spell doesn't heal as much as an herb. They're like, so you have to buy one, but the ones you buy have a bigger effect. I don't know. I've mostly been using Repel to just keep away the lower level enemies when I'm walking back and forth to the castle. Which makes it more of a travel spell. Given the encounter rate in this game, yeah. And it's weird because I don't think the encounter rate is constant over the game. I think it goes up as you level up, or it sure feels like it. Sure feels like the encounter rate has gone up. Alright. Attack before I was ready. Spell will not work. We're gonna try and snooze him. There we go. That's what I like. Sleepy nights. Supposed to sleep at night. But no. Shh. Supposed to sleep. Defeated him. So we're definitely strong enough on this part of the continent, but we're gonna cross 2 bridges. 2 bridges to get to the token. Snooze. Sleepy nights. Sleepy nights, stay asleep. No! He woke up and chanted heal. What a jerk. There we go. He only did me like 3 points of damage. Metal slime! He cast Frizz on me. Yes, I hit him. And then he ran away. Ah, oh, so sad. They always be running away. Magic Weaving. Go to sleep. It would be interesting to have a sleep spell, but it's also a regen for the enemy. Oh. That is interesting. So, like, you can stop them from attacking, but they'll be getting great sleep. Oh, that's funny. Because then you could get a level 2 sleep spell called Doze, where it puts them to sleep, maybe for less time, but they don't regen, because they're only dozing. They're not really resting. It could be fun. It could be super fun. The knight woke up, tried to block my spells. What a fool. What a fool! Alright, he hit me one time. That was a pretty good hit. But I got 100 of his golds. Alright. Just gonna top off the health points because we're about to go into the danger zone again. You know what? I'm just not even gonna deal with the Star Weaver. I just said I'm not gonna deal with the Star Weaver. Not. I don't fight Star Weavers right now. It's not good for my health. What are you blocking me in front for? Why are you blocking me in front? You don't even like me. We don't hang out, Star Wyvern. We don't hang out. I'm excited. I'm excited to be soon in a position where perhaps I can try out some of our crazy ideas about role-playing games. Ooh, green dragon. I will fight. I will fight a green dragon. If you're running away, how does it block you in front? If it's that much faster than you, how do you even get away? Yeah, see? I think it is that much faster, but just sometimes they don't try. Okay, I gotta use Gwaelin's Love here. I think we're very close. 1,800 to the next level. Ooh, 70, 38. That means I'm within 2 steps. Gwaelin's Love. 70-40. Okay. Here it is. Rock searched the ground all about. Rock discovers Erdrick's token. If thou would take the Erdrick's token, thou must discard some other item. No, I gave up Erdrick's token. Let's Do I have fairy water we can use? I have wings. I can't really... I'm gonna give up the fighter's ring. Search! Okay. What? The fighter's ring, if I remember, doesn't actually have any functional benefit. Yay! Erdrick's token! Green dragon. Breathing fire. Woo! Go to sleep. Yay! I think we're gonna save the game. I kind of want to go to Cantlin though, just to check and see if there are people in... I'm starting to regret my choices though. I should really just save. I did something important, I should save. This is what the game is teaching me. Tempt not the fates. Okay. I'm gonna go save the game, we have the token. I think now that we have the token, the really important thing that we have left to do is go to the temple that where the cranky wizard wouldn't talk to us because we couldn't prove our lineage, and he just teleports us out. Let's use Erdrick's token. Rock held the Erdrick's token tightly, but nothing happened. I held it tightly. $1,761. Yes, record thy deeds. Yes. So anyway, we can go visit a cranky wizard that wouldn't talk to us when we didn't have proof of identity. And now that we have it, we can give him the Staff of Rain and the Stones of Sunlight. And he in turn will give us the Rainbow Drop. And with the Rainbow Drop, we can get, I think, some music and some rainbow palette animation to create a bridge that allows us, if we were so foolish, it would allow us to go to the Dragon Lord's castle. And that's fun, because in the Dragon Lord's castle, there are even higher level enemies. And I can't even really handle the ones that I can access right now. I'm going to cast Repel. Need to keep some of this riffraff away. It should get us at least most of the way to Remolder. Or we're not going to Remolder, we're going past Remolder to a little temple. Woo! Isn't that nice how Repel just repels so many creatures? Going through the tunnel. It doesn't seem to keep its effect inside this tunnel though. It's like Repel marks something on the overworld and then doesn't affect the ones inside the tunnel. I don't know exactly how it works, but we're gonna go get our rainbow drop. We're gonna build the magical rainbow bridge that comes from it. And that way we'll free up some inventory space and progress the plot of the game. Functional and fun. Repel lost its effect. But we can one-shot a wolf now. I can just poke a wolf one time and it completely collapses under the sheer awesomeness of my sword. My flame sword! Stabbing him with Fireblade. Doesn't even know what to do about Fireblade. Alright. If only punching wolves were so easy in real life. Yeah, I think most wolves see the Fireblade coming and stay away. Flame sword. Yep. Need a flame sword, need Erdrick's armor. Be all set. You might have to fight an Axe Knight to get the armor though. And maybe a green dragon after that if the RNG is not in your favor. Alright, alright. Wow, man, I'll tell you what, this encounter rate is for real. I wonder if they do this because they know you're leveling and saving money a lot in this part of the game, and they just crank up the RNG so you don't have to like pace the whole continent just to get fights. Because that can be annoying, like, if you're trying to just fight stuff and the encounter rate is low, that's sort of annoying in the opposite way of usual. Almost 100 gold there. Going to fight the streets a bit. I'm feeling a bit tired though, so we'll see how this goes. Alright. Good luck in the street fighting. I wish you the very best of internet connectedness. And likewise, if you want to see us get the rainbow drop though, this is happening right now. Now the sun and rain shall meet, and the rainbow drop passes to thy keeping. There it is. Rock held the rainbow drop toward the sky, but no rainbow appeared here. I'm sure there's an overpriced NPC to tell me where to use it, but I already know, because I done played this game before. Oh no. The gold man dodged me. I'm gonna take his gold. Only 2 hits to defeat a gold man for 180 gold. I love it. One more gold man and I'll be able to afford the silver shield. That's the other cool thing. Oh wait, no, not one more gold man. 10 gold mans. Forgot to carry the extra digit. I should really cast Repel. There's too many dudes. Excellent move. Hit him for 66. That's what we like. Alright. Let's go ahead and repel. I want to use my rainbow drop in the place where rainbows happen. Here we go. Here we go. Doesn't this look conspicuous? Might this be a place where a bridge should happen? Let's try out this rainbow drop that we just got. Rock held the rainbow drop toward the sky. Woo! There it is. Except I'm not going to go across that because there's going to be hard dudes over there and I don't want to fight them yet. And we still have to save our game and just to keep that bit of progress. And we'll go ahead and refill magic points even though we only cast like 1 spell. Maybe we cast like 3 spells. But we'll go ahead and refill this. We'll save the game. And then we're going to take a walk to Cantlin, and by the time we get there, we'll be very close, I think, to being able to afford the silver shield, thus completing our armor set for the time being. There's 1 stronger sword left to get in the game, which will be in the Dragon Lord's castle, just across the bridge. Yes, we will continue. I'll go up until I get the silver shield. I think that will be probably the last bit of progress for the stream tonight. But yeah, once we get the silver shield, it's just leveling up, getting our other 2 spells. I think there are just 2 more spells to get. Maybe 3? I don't know. But we're close. I think we'll just be leveling up after this and going to the Dragon Lord's castle. I'll have to look up some maps. There's a path to get the sword, and there's a path that I don't know if it goes up onto the roof or into the basement or the backyard. I don't know how it's described, but there's like one outside area of the Dragon Lord's castle where he hangs out. And I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't be confident enough to beat the game until I'd leveled up quite a bit and has the last of the spells. I don't remember how many levels to go to get all of the spells. If it's like level 18 or level 20. I think this game will let you level up to like 30 before it stops counting. But I know you can beat the game at much lower levels. If one wants to, one can. But we need 1,800 gold to get a silver shield, which probably means we're just hanging out in this area. There's some gold. Let's kill the mountain of gold and take its body for ourselves to spend on shields. 178. That's what I like. A Wraith Knight. Attack before I'm ready. I'll just smash him. Whatever. I defeated him in 2 hits. That's awesome. So, and then we have only 1,509 gold to the next level, which is 16. So we're actually close to a new equipment upgrade and a new level. That's exciting. Snooze. He woke up. But he didn't hit me, the fool. Oh, he cast it twice. What a fool. He didn't do me any damage at all. Ooh, Meta Slime. Oh, ran away. Meta Slime? No. Put him to sleep. It's a Magic Wyvern. There it is. 114 gold. Man, having Erdrick's armor just makes things so nice. Being able to regain points this fast. Guess he's doing a little bit of damage, but not much. And that's good. It's 100 gold. Frizz, okay. I need to hit him. He runs away. Magic Wyvern, we'll put him to sleep. Yes, something like 8 more fights. I do not fight Demon Knights. Go back this way. Try to fight one of those metal slimes or whatever. No Demon Knights. I don't want to fight you. Regular Knight. Okay. Snooze. There you go. Stay asleep. Wait, did I run away? Man, maybe I'm getting tired. Alright, stay asleep. My brain must have just skipped. Oh, I'm asleep. I don't want to be asleep. I want you to be asleep. Oh dear. Tell me he's dead. Glad I calculated that correctly. Alright, we're gonna waste a bunch of... I did get herbs. Okay, I'm gonna save those for an emergency. Wow, that was just poorly handled, that fight. But we're very close to leveling, so I'm gonna go back here. I mean, we're close to saving up enough money for Demon Knights. I don't want to fight you. Gonna get that silver shield. Gonna get that silver shield. There we go. I will fight the Wraith. I know you can heal yourself, but it can't be that great. So I'm gonna kill you anyway. 100 gold. Alright. Paying close attention. Making sure he doesn't wake up. Reduced by 18. Still asleep. Very good. Stay asleep. Stay asleep. There we go. That's how that's supposed to go. 5 more fights. Metal Slime. Attack before I was ready. Excellent move! Woo! 115 experience. That's the good experience right there. Love it. Spell will not work. I guess I just gotta hit him. Fizzle. It's fine. I'll just not play the magic game. He can hit so bad. I don't know why he wastes all that time casting spells. That was done well. Gonna have to heal up a little bit for safety. Okay. Demon Knight. I don't want to fight a Demon Knight. Snooze. Go to sleep. The spell will not work. I run away. I don't want to play with the ones where the spell doesn't work. Demon Knight. I don't fight a Demon Knight. Magic Wyvern. Snooze. There we go. Just picking safe fights. There we go. 123. We're very close. Got a little ways to go. Attack before I was ready. Failed to cast Fizzle. Go to sleep. There we go. Staying asleep. Very good. Alright. 28 magic points. Very close to 14,000 gold. Snooze. Go to sleep. Wow, he wasted all his turns casting spells at me. Oh! I usually kill him in 3. Now I'm sad that I took those 18 points damage, but that's okay. We have Erdrick's armor, we'll make it up. Snooze. Stay asleep while we fight you. He woke up and hit me. I don't like that. I should cast Fizzle on him. But there we go. Alright, we're gonna have to heal up. At least a bit. Okay. I don't fight Demon Knight. I will fight a Wraith. I know you're healing, but you didn't heal 30 points of damage. Still gonna get ya. He's casting heal every time. That's funny. As long as he doesn't attack me, I'm still statistically at an advantage. He did attack me once, but whatever. Alright. I'm gonna cast Repel. I don't know if it will work on higher level enemies, but we have enough to heal up. We have the wings if we need to zoom. And I have herbs. But we're gonna go to Cantlin and see if we have enough to... Alright. Snooze? Yes. This ought to help put us over the top to getting that. Whoop! Snooze. Go to sleep. Yes. Yes. Stay asleep. Excellent move. That ought to bring it home. 136. Okay. We're actually doing okay on hit points. Werewolf. Can't mess around with the werewolf. 24 damage. Oh, thank goodness. Alright. Just casting heal. Just to make sure. Okay. We're good. Alright, how much gold do we have? I might have to go out and fight like one more thing. I have the feeling it was like 14,400. But I could go to the inn first. Yes. Yes. I'll spend 100 knowing I have to make another 200 gold, but it's fine. It's fine. Repel lost its effect. That's fine. Just gonna hang out right here. Maybe get another green dragon. A Star Wyvern. If we can snooze it, we can fight one of these. The spell will not work. Try once more to snooze it. The spell will not work. Okay. I don't want to deal with that. Maybe for those, stop spell is the right answer. We'll fizzle him. There we go. Alright, so we'll just straight up fight him. Oh, he dodged. Maybe fighting him is a bad idea. Yeah, he just hits too hard. Shoot. Oh god. Please let me get away. Woo! Close call. Just gonna have to heal up a whole bunch. We don't need that much gold. Maybe I need to fight another green dragon. A wizard. Can I fizzle the wizard? Yes, okay. I'll fight a wizard. I haven't beaten one of these because the last time I couldn't fizzle him properly. I failed to fizzle, and so he frizzled. Well, he can hit pretty hard too, but I got him. 148. There it is. We'll heal up a bunch again. Just to make sure, and then we'll go straight back to town. I'm not even gonna mess with them, I'm just gonna run. And we'll heal again. 64. Not super great. Nope. Not this time. Good thing wizards are short. Not this time. I just want to go get my shield. Come on! Attacked before I was ready. I can't tangle with you. I just can't do it. Alright. Yes. 14,800? Ah, wasted a key. I have more magic keys. I have 5 of them. I'm gonna pay outrageous prices to buy an extra key. Ugh. There's so many people behind desks here. Frederick's sword could cleave steel. Yep. You have all the other kinds of stuff that I don't need. Whatever. I think that guy didn't have anything important to say. There are only these 2 locked compartments? 3? That one. The one where dude doesn't have anything important to say, and then the one that tells you the coordinates. Alright, I gotta get a little more gold, so we're gonna go out here and fight. Fizzle. Okay. So he can't heal. If he attacks poorly or breathes fire, we're okay. Yes. There we go. As long as we block his spell, we're alright. Gonna have to go to the inn if we eat a lot of damage again. I just want like a green dragon so I can put him to sleep. Frizzle. No, no. I can't deal with that. 30 points. He just done 50. Yeah, I cannot deal with that much damage coming at me. Alright, Star Weaving. I will give you a shot. $14. 19. Breathing fire is okay. 3 hits and you're dead. 4 hits. I think this is it, mathematically. Cool. Alright. Calculated risk. We'll just go to the inn, spend the money that we just got from that fight. And we still have to go back out. Win some more fights. We gotta get to 14,800 gold to buy the silver shield. I'm pretty sure they raised their prices. Fizzle. Okay. Block the spell so it can't heal. 17. 23. There goes the heal. That means we might get definitely getting him with an excellent move. There we go. Alright. And we cast heal once. Once is good. Alright. Same thing here. We fizzle. The spell will not work. Shoot. I'm running away. Not worth it. It's gotta work the first time. Star Weaver. Fizzle. You gotta stick to the plan. 15. Ooh, he's doing big hits. Oh, we missed him. This is bad. And this is why we use herbs. 22. Shoot. Let's see if I can get it. Alright, he breathed fire. That gives us a little bit of room. Shoot. There we go. He used mid-heal. That might give us the room we need. If he wastes a turn, he wastes 2 turns. That's good for us. And then we heal it up. Almost there. One more battle. We'll top off the hit points. Green dragon. Perfect. They are very susceptible to snooze. Oh, yeah, that was it. That gave us 150. I do not fight a werewolf yet. Nope, nope, don't want to do it. There we go. Alright. Once again, spending a magic key to go in here. He better not raise his prices. There we go. Silver shield. Yes, buy the large shield for 400 gold. No, that's all I need. I already have all your stuff. Fairy water. No. Okay. Oop, didn't mean to go in there. Yeah, I don't need to go to the inn again. We're just gonna zoom home if we have magic points left. And we have plenty. Cool. I think we're at a stopping point. Yeah, I have streamed for a few hours. We got Erdrick's armor. We got the silver shield in the opposite order that I expected to get them in. We got to level 15 and we're only a few hundred experience points from the next level. So that's a good setup. We also got Erdrick's token. Because we have the token, we went and proved our identity to a wizard who was then willing to take the Staff of Rain and the Stones of Sunlight from us. Gave us the Rainbow Drop, which gave us the ability to go and create the Rainbow Bridge that opens up the island of the Dragon Lord's castle. That's pretty exciting. 606 experience points to the next level. Yes. Record my deeds on the Imperial Scrolls of Honor. No. We will not continue our quest today. Rest then for a while. Woo! There we go. That was a good stream. Thanks everybody for hanging out, for the new follows in Chit Chat. Yeah. I'm going to try and move more toward afternoon for streams, but for anybody that watched, thanks for joining. And we'll catch you next time. Have a good one.